Nandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadiraksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Salvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunorahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Next, we'll chant the Shiva Mula mantra 11 times, which is Om Ham Ham Shivaya Namaha, internally. Om Ham Ham Shivaya Namaha. 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 Next, we'll perform the Achamniyam, the ritualistic cleansing. So taking your Udarni, Panchapatram, placing 1 spoon of water in your right palm, sipping the water at the same time as you chant internally, Om Atmatattvam Shorhyami Svata. Taking a second Udarni of water, Om Vidyatattvam Shorhyami Svata. And a third Udarni of water, Om Paramashiva-tattvam Shorhyami Svata. Washing off your hands, and then with the base of your thumb, wiping the upper and lower lip from the right to left 2 times. Om Harayaya Namaha. Then with the index, middle, and ring finger touching above the upper and lower lip, with the index and thumb touching the right nostril, left nostril, with the ring finger and thumb touching the right eye, right ear, left ear, washing off your hands. And then with the pinky and thumb touching, touch the navel, right chest, left chest, all 4 fingers and thumb touching the crown of the head, right shoulder, left shoulder, and heart center. Then clasping your right hand on top of your left and placing both hands on top of your right thigh, we're going to enter into the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution, to hold and manifest the state, space, beings, powers, and superconsciousness of Padmashiva. This is the intention for which we are moving our body today, to manifest the divine, Padmashiva, within our inner space and express it throughout our daily life. So with head, neck, and spine in a straight line, listening deeply to the Sankalpa mantra, holding the intention to manifest Padmashivatva.
यद्वारा श्री सद्गुरु प्रीत्यर्थम श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव प्रीत्यर्थम शुभे शोभने मुहूर्ते अद्य ब्रह्मणः द्वितीयपरार्धे श्री श्वेतवराह कल्पे वैवस्वतमन्वन्तरे अष्टाविंशतितमे नित्ययुगे प्रथमे पादे जम्बूद्वीपे भारतवर्षे भरतः खण्डे मेरोः दक्षिणे पार्श्वे शकाब्दे अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यवहारिके प्रभवादीनां षष्ट्याः संवत्सराणां मध्ये शुभनाम संवत्सरे शुभायने शुभमासे शुभपक्षे शुभतिथौ शुभवासरयुक्तायां शुभनक्षत्र शुभयोग शुभकर्ण एवं गुणविशेषण विशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभतिथौ श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्त श्यामला पीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षि सुन्दरेश्वरा भिन्नस्वरूप परशिवपुत्र रत्न कुमार गुरुमण्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वती स्तन्यपानलब्ध दिव्यज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागमसारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवक्त्रे श्रीमत्परमशिव करुणा समधिगत मुक्तामय चतुरश्रयान गीयमान छत्र चामर श्रीचिह्न काहलादि समस्त विरदावल्यलङ्कृत अपवर्ग वर्ष विश्राण जीमूत सरी शैव सिद्धान्त स्थापनाचार्य श्रीराजाधिराज पाण्ड्य महाराज गुरु क्षपण शाक्यादि महान्धकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणानर्हार्ह ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समयकर्त्रे सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिनाम् अवतारभूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रिनवत्युत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य रजित कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्तः साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वतमनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणि साक्षात् श्री महानिर्वाणि पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव सिंहासनाभिषिक्त समस्त गणनायक श्री महागणपति समारंभ वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्ग पुरस्वर्ण पीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत् परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमज्जगद्गुरु श्रीलश्री भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिन् अत्रागत्य परिपाल्य च अस्मान् विज्ञान वितरणेन विजयी भव जय जय.
Great. And then washing off our hands with one final udharani of water, and then placing your Panchapatam to the side so it's out of harm's way. And we'll begin to enter into the Pratama Vinyasa Krama. Again, this is the Nithyananda Yoga 108 asana sequence that we'll be performing in 42 minutes. Our first asana is going to be Sukhasana, sitting in a comfortable seated cross-legged position. Our hands are going to be resting on top of our knees. Throughout the sequence, as a reminder, you'll hear a japa rotating or in the background, and visualize that japa rotating in the throat center. You'll also see the various different mudras and bandhas to perform. At the very beginning of the sequence, the first 7 or 8 asanas or so is going to be all 3 bandhas engaged, which is sealing the perineal floor, walking the chin down, and sucking the stomach in and up. These are the 3 bandhas, Mahamudra Bandha. At the very beginning, we'll also be performing Samana Kumbhaka, which is visualizing internal flame, heat, raising up the Kundalini. Then throughout the sequence, this will transition to different pranayama and various different bandhas throughout the sequence. So as you can see, Soham Japa rotating in the throat center, our visualization, Padmasana, hands resting on top of our knees in Bindu Mudra, all 3 bandhas engaged, and visualizing the internal flame, heat, rising up the Kundalini in Sukhasana. Let us begin the Pratama Vinyasa Krama. Then releasing the bandhas and inhaling your arms up. Re-engage all 3 bandhas. Visualize yourself as a mountain. Releasing your hands. Bringing the feet together in front of you, hands behind you, and Purusha Mudra, and exhale the forehead down towards the mat. Then inhale, rising up. You're going to bring the hands out in front of you this time. Re-engage all three bandhas. Visualize snakes in your third eye. Nagipavasana. Good. Then we're going to interlace the legs out straight if you can, and then cross your legs in Padmasana if you're able to do so. Leaning forward and down on your elbows. Engaging all three bandhas, visualizing a bird in Kokilasana. Ankle over top of the opposite knee. Hold on to the opposite elbows. Nice big rotation of the hands. Re-engaging all three bandhas. Nithyananda, visualizing Swamiji here. Switch, rotating in the opposite direction. Then leaning forward onto our hands, uncrossing our legs, and bring the hips up nice and high. We're going to scoop down the body continuously in Gajasana, visualizing an elephant as you do so. All you hear is suck your stomach in and up as best you can in Uddiyana Bandha. Good. Then we're just going to alternate pressing the heels down. The Vrikshasana, visualizing yourself as a bear. Stepping the feet up. We're going to rise up onto the big toes if possible, taking your index, middle, and ring finger, touching the heart center and Hridaya Mudra. And then dropping the heels down, spread the toes out, slightly bend your knees, and you're going to lift one knee up and follow that same pattern with the respective arm in our first karna. Nice graceful movement as best you can. And then from here, we'll move into Balangasana by interlacing the fingers from the outside in, holding on to the shin, pulling it up towards your chest. Engage all three bandhas. Visualize yourself caressing a baby here. And then hold on to the foot, pulling it behind you, knees together, all three bandhas again. Swamiji is your visualization. Then hold on to the inside of the foot and pulling it back and up in Natarajana. Opposite hand is extended out in Bindu Mudra. Mula Bandha engaged, visualizing Nataraja dancing. Then releasing that foot down. Same sequence on the other side. Interlace the hands from the outside in. Hold the knee up towards the chin. Visualize yourself caressing a baby. You engage all three bandhas. Then holding on to the top of the foot, pulling it behind you, knees together. Padapidanasana, all three bandhas engaged. Visualizing Swamiji here. Holding on to the inside of the foot, extending it back and up. Opposite hand, Bindu Mudra. Mula Bandha engaged. Nataraja dancing. Natarajasana. Nicely done. Releasing. Moving into our next karna. Heels together, feet bladed out again, bringing one foot slightly behind. One hand at the chest. And you're just going to rotate. Swinging the one arm in a pendulum movement. And finish with it touching your nose. And then we're going to move into the skeleton dance, shaking your body intensely, visualizing your body, but nothing but bones. We're going to work out and iron out, shake out all the non-integrity within our being by intensely shaking, visualizing yourself as a skeleton. Here you go.
Never realized you came out of the blue. You assumed the form for me to meet you, as I had been yearning for these roads. Never thought
that's it. Shake, shake, shake.
The way that you do, the embodiment of supreme truth, just molding my life to be like you. There I was years later. I was lying on my balcony as I was deeply wondering what was really
there.
happening. Looking at the sky, tears rolling down my shoulders as I'm asking myself how to make my life cooler. My eyes trying hard to pierce through your endlessness, unable to do overwhelming powerlessness.
Last few seconds.
Realize the depth of your greatness as I'm surrendering to your boundless powerfulness.
Good. And making your way to the front of your mat. Bring your hands up above your head, palms facing backwards, arms crossed. Take a deep inhalation and open your hands up to the other side. So we catch our breath, then cross back to the center. And again, inhaling, open up to the other side. And then we'll keep our hands uncrossed, palms facing one another, rising up onto the tips of your toes if you'd like in Tadasana, visualizing yourself as a palm tree. And then exhaling forward and down into Uttanasana, reaching as far down as you can. If you can only go to your shins, nothing wrong with that. Engage all three bandhas here. And then stay with me through this part of the sequence. We're going to be in tall plank position, Tadasana. Rotate the chin to opposite shoulders. Then lower ourselves down right away. Untuck the toes. Open up your mouth nice and wide. Breathing in through the back of your throat as you press up into a tall Bhujangasana, visualizing yourself as a cobra here. Good. Lowering the body down, pressing yourself up, tucking the toes, bringing the alternating the knee towards the chest. Sukhasana. Then place one foot in between the hands, jumping and switching right away. Visualize yourself as a chariot here. And keep one foot planted in between the hands. Raise up, 90-degree bend on the front leg. Twist the hips towards the front of the room. Inhale the arms up, suck the stomach in and up. Gaze up towards your third eye, visualizing Lord Virabhadra. Then stepping, switching, alternating sides. Again, hips towards the front leg, 90-degree bend at the knee. Arms up, suck the stomach in and up. Uddiyana Bandha is up towards your third eye, visualizing Lord Virabhadra. Then standing tall, we're going to bring one foot to the inner calf or thigh. Palms together, raise them above the head. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha engaged. Visualize yourself as a tree in Vrikshasana. Release the hands. You're going to pull the foot to the opposite hip. Palms together, Namaskara Mudra. Mula Bandha engaged. Leg you're standing on is straight as a rod. Visualizing Lord Garuda in your inner space. Garudasana. पृष्ठे संहार मुद्रया आराध्य योगनाथं च सदा सर्वेश्वरस्य च. Good. Release that foot down. Same thing on the other side. So bring the opposite foot to the inner calf or inner thigh. Palms together above the head. Anjali Mudra. Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha engaged. Visualize yourself as a tree in Vrikshasana. Release your hands. Hold that foot to the opposite hip as best you can. Namaskara Mudra in front of the heart center. Leg you're standing on straight as a rod. Mula Bandha engaged. Lord Garuda as your visualization. पृष्ठे संहार मुद्रया आराध्य योगनाथं च सदा सर्वेश्वरस्य च. Good. Release your foot down. Standing from the top of the mat, taking one step all the way to the back. Arms parallel to the ground. Lean forward, then down. Open up the chest, gazing up through the palm towards the ceiling. Then we'll rise up, just switching the directions of our feet. So that front foot is pointing forward, reaching forward, down, open up the chest. Mula Bandha is engaged, visualizing yourself as a triangle in Trikonasana. Then rising up, stepping our feet together for our final karna. We're going to have your heels together. Just lift one heel up, hands at your chest, and you're going to stomp that heel down and at the same time lifting up the opposite foot. So it'll be like this. Nice, graceful, but quick, sharp movement. Then we'll slide into Angushtasana right away. On our tips of our toes, Namaskara Mudra at the heart center. Then taking your right foot extended out, toes pointed upwards, fingertips are touching the ground, palms facing forward, Mula Bandha engaged, as that heel is beneath the sitting bone. Then you're going to take your right arm, reach and hold the big toe. Left hand or opposite hand is holding the back heel, and engage all three bandhas. Visualize Swamiji. Good. Rise up. This time stepping the opposite foot forward, left foot, toes pointed upwards, palms facing forwards, fingertips touching the ground. Then left arm up, hold on to the toes, right hand holding on to the back heel, all three bandhas engaged. Good. Stepping the feet back together on the tips of our toes, just like in Angushtasana, but in Brahma Drankushasana, the back of the hands are resting on top of the thighs. You're bringing the gaze through the hands. Shambhavi Mudra, gazing out, but internally gazing within, actually. Lock your chin down on Jalandhara Bandha, and visualization is Swamiji. Moving forward from the next part of the sequence is Brahmari Kumbhaka, buzzing like a bee on the inhalation and exhalation. Good. We're going to drop our knees down. Keep the toes tucked, hands on the knees. We're going to inhale, exhale. Once you're done completely exhaling, suck your stomach in and up in Uddiyana Bandha. Hold the Kumbhaka, hold your breath. Maintain your gaze at the tip of the nose, visualizing sage Kapila. Kapilasana. Then release Uddiyana Bandha. You can inhale. Change your bandha to the Mula Bandha now, and your gaze from the tip of the nose to the third eye. Visualization is Swamiji here. Good. Rising up just onto the tips of our toes, so the knees are coming off the ground. Bring the thumb and pinky fingers together. Straighten out your elbows. Raise the arms up above the head. Bring your gaze through the hole in the palms. And with Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha engaged, visualizing Lotus Surya. Dropping the knees down, untucking the toes, bring the sitting bones onto the mat if possible. Take your tongue, press it up against the roof of your mouth in Manduki Mudra. Visualizing catching the nectar of immortality dripping down from the Sahasrara chakra. Mula Bandha is engaged. Hands touching hands touching opposite shoulders. Manduki Mudra still, tongue pressed up against the roof of the mouth. Uddiyana Bandha engaged. Visualizing a frog in Uttana Mandukas. Then bring the hands to the knees. Rise your body up so you can cross your feet behind you. Press the heel up against the sitting bone. Engage Mula Bandha. Inhale. Stick your tongue out. Gaze at the tip of the nose, visualizing a lion in Simhasana. Good. Uncrossing your feet, but crossing your hands behind you, holding on to the opposite toes. Engage Mula Bandha, lock Jalandhara Bandha, visualize Swamiji. Good. Releasing your hands, bring them on the ground in front of you, lifting yourself up onto your feet. Reach the arms inside and around those raised knees. If you can clasp your hands behind in Purusha Mudra, do so. If not a big deal. Bring your visualization to a crow. Then releasing your hands, placing them on the ground, flat in front of you. Raise your hips up nice and high. Press your knees up behind the backs of your arms. Lift up one foot, then see if you can lift up another. And then from here, we're going to slowly lower your forehead and then crown of the head onto the mat if you're not on your moon cycle. Then you'll stack your hips on top of your shoulders, knees on top of your hips, ankles on top of the knees. You're here, Mula Bandha is engaged, and the pranayama is still Brahmari Kumhaka, buzzing like a bee. Feel the vibration at the crown center. And slowly lowering yourself down, nice and controlled, and rising yourself up onto the tips of your toes. From here, we'll move into Parshva Mairasana. So you can twist your knees outside of your elbows. And then you'll lean forward and down, find some leverage, and trying to keep your whole body lifted off the ground, bouncing on your elbows. And we'll try it one more time on the other side. And if you're able to get here, what you'll be doing is extending your feet all the way out straight, lifting up your chest, gaze towards your third eye, visualize a peacock. Nicely done. We'll come back to a tall plank position. Step one foot outside and in between the two hands. Dig your back toes into the ground, opening up that hip flexor. Keep the knee close to the shoulders. Open up your chest. And we'll step back. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Stepping the hand in the foot in between the two hands. Dig the back toes into the ground. Open up your chest. Gaze up towards your third eye. Visualizing Lord Kalabhairava. Bhairasana. And stepping that foot back as well. Bringing ourselves onto our elbows. Keep the hips up a little bit high. Gaze is at your third eye. Visualizing Swamiji. Mukha Pita 1. And we'll rise ourselves up onto our hands. Rotate over so the hand, one hand is right beneath the shoulder. Opposite hand is extended. Hips up high. Vashisthasana. You can always keep the inner knee down as we rotate to the other side. Mula Bandha engaged. Buzzing Vashistha. And we'll come back around. From here, you can jump, hop, walk your way to a seated position with your hands underneath the sitting bones, palms facing upwards, legs extended straight. Your best to keep your spine erect. Mula Bandha engaged, slightly tilting your head down so you can bring your gaze towards the belly button. Visualizing Hanuman and Anjali Asana. You can hear Mahasadashivoham gently chanted in the background as a reminder, as that is the japa rotating in the throat center for this part of the sequence. And we'll release our hands, bring them up. We're going to exhale forward and down. Hold on to the toes, prana mudra. Engage all three bandhas. Visualize Swamiji. Hold this Kumhaka. Hold this asana Padmasana. Good. Then releasing, rising up, interlacing the fingers behind the head. Exhale forward and down. Again, re-engage all three bandhas as best you can. This time the visualization is Kali, Ugrasana.
तस्माद्योगी प्रयत्नेन साधयेत् सिद्धमात्मनः गोपनीयं प्रयत्नेन न यस्य कस्यचित् येन शीघ्रं मरुत्सिद्धिः भवेत् दुःखौघनाशिनी.
Rising up, bring the right heel close to the groin. Reach the right arm inside around the leg. Then clasp the hands behind the back. Exhale the forehead down towards the knee. Visualizing Sage, Marichi. Then releasing your hands, dropping the knee to the side. Take a deep inhalation. Exhale as you reach as far down as you can. Then seal the perineal floor. Lock your chin down. Suck the stomach in and up. Hold this kumbhaka. Hold your breath. Having the visualization of Swamiji. Mahamudrasana.
मरना कलेस बिमिटाय क्षयी रोग अथवा कुष्ठ बुधावक्त मिटि जाय गुलम अजीर्ण रागे दासे मुद्रा देत नसाय.
Good. Extending the opposite foot out. Left foot to the heel, or left heel to the groin. Reach the left arm around the inside. The raised knee. Forehead down towards the knee. Then release your hands. Drop the knee to the side. Inhale. Exhale. Reach as far as you can. That might be here. That's fine. Might be all the way down. Either way, it's fine. Focus on sealing the perineal floor, rocking the chin, sucking the stomach in and up. Hold your breath here as best you can. Mahamudra Bandha. Mahamudrasana. Visualize Swamiji as you're here. When you need to breathe, nothing wrong. Try and re-engage all three bandhas right away though. Good. Inhale, rising up, releasing. Bringing the feet together. Interlace your fingers around the toes. Pull the knees down, just with the strength of your groin. Mula Bandha is engaged. Engage towards your third eye. Good. We're going to extend our feet slightly out in front of us, toes touching, heels separated, hands on respective knees, spine is straight, then locking your chin down, Jalandhara Bandha, as you gaze at the tip of your nose. Kavali Pavasana, visualizing Swamiji. Good. Then you can bring your heels together and close to your groin. We're going to reach our hands out in front of us as best you can in Joni Asana. Visualizing the Joni Mandala, which you can see on the left side of the screen if you don't know what the Joni Mandala looks like. Keep Mula Bandha engaged and your gaze towards the tip of the nose.
आसक्त हो तहां लो रहे ईड़ा नाड़ी कर पवन उतारे वारसात या जुगति विचारे चढ़तो कभक सदा दे वारसात या जुगति अधारे वंध हो मल मूत्र को वाय विग्रहे कोय या आसन के करत ही द्रवीभूत सो होय.
Good. Inhale, rising up. This time we're going to extend our hands out to the sides of the knee. Midaki Pavasana. Maintain the gaze at the tip of the nose. Sucking your stomach in and up here. Good. Inhale, rising up. This time, placing our hands in between our legs and the ground, palms facing upwards. Siddha Samadhi Asana. We're visualizing Padmasana here. So you bring your forehead as far down as you can. Gaze is at the tip of the nose still. Mula Bandha engaged. नासा अग्रदृष्टि बहरावे पवन धारणा सहसयो संध्या लागे समाधि देहि निर्मल होई मुनि कदे न उपजे व्याधि. Good. Release your hands, bring them back through. Pull your feet in again. Open them up like you're opening up a book. with your hands. You can bring the elbows down onto the thighs and slightly press down the legs with the elbows. Keep your spine as straight as you can, though. Mula bandha is engaged, still gazing at the tip of your nose, visualizing Swamiji.
अगुल्या का अग्रमाही कानी राशे दृष्टिनासा अग्र आसन को गुण नाग पवन बंध होई.
Good. And from here, you're going to bring your hands, place them onto your knees, slightly press down the knees, suck the stomach in and up, spine straight, gazing towards your third eye, visualizing Swamiji. Sukhasana.
गोड़ा दावी भूमि परिताने दिष्टि त्रिकुटी राशे गोई चरपट चौक कहावे सोई अरुण चक्र संजु मक्त नर चितवन कर.
Good. Releasing. Bring your hands behind you so you can lift your toes or your heels up and place the toes down on the ground. There's intense ankle, groin, knee flexibility. Then releasing your heels and your sitting bones back down onto the mat. Keep your right heel close to the groin. Lift your left foot, holding it with both your hands, pulling it up towards your chest. Keep Mula bandha engaged. While you're here, spine as straight as you can, gazing at your third eye, visualizing Swamiji. And then we're going to lift the foot up, bring the knee behind the shoulder, both hands behind you, lean back, open up your chest, keep Mula bandha engaged, extend the opposite foot out straight at about a 45-degree angle, gazing at your third eye, visualizing Swamiji. That knee straight. Nicely done. Releasing. Keep the left heel to the groin this time. Mula bandha engaged as it's there. Hold on to the foot. Pull it up towards the chest. Spine straight. Gazing towards the third eye. Visualizing Swamiji. Good. Pull the foot up. Back of the knee over top of that shoulder. Right hand, left hand planted behind you. Lean back. Mula bandha is engaged. Open up your chest. Extend the opposite foot up. About 45-degree angle. Gazing up towards your third eye. Visualizing Swamiji. Try and point your toes if you can. Nice, graceful movement. Nicely done. Releasing. Keep your left knee down on the ground and then stack your right foot, right knee over top of the left knee. The heels are going to be at opposite hips. Interlace the fingers on top of your knee. Visualize a cow and bring the tongue up against the roof of the mouth. Inhaling. Then slowly exhale out of your nose. Bring the gaze to your tip of your nose. Interlace the fingers around the big toes in Prana Mudra. Once you're done completely exhaling, suck your stomach in and up. Hold that kumbhaka. Uddiyana bandha engaged. Visualizing Goddess Anasya in your inner space. Breathing again and releasing your hands from the toes, interlacing the fingers behind your back and exhaling forehead down towards the mat. Mula bandha engaged. Goddess Anasya still as your visualization in Anasyasana 2. Good. Rising up. Place the right foot flat on the ground. Left heel close to the groin. Hands on respective knees. Spine straight. Mula bandha engaged. Gazing at the tip of your nose. Visualizing Lord Garuda and Garudasana 2. Good. Rising your sitting bone up onto that back heel. Engage Mula Bandha as you do so. Twist your body outside around that raised knee. Interlace your fingers behind your neck, elbows together. Gaze up towards your third eye. Visualizing sage Narada here, Naradasana. When you need to breathe, doing so in Sitkari Kumaka. And releasing, coming back down onto the sitting bones. The left foot is on top of the right thigh. Right hand is reaching over top that foot, holding on to the big toe of the right foot. Left hand is holding the shin. And we're going to slide our top knee over top of the bottom knee. We're going to go to Gomukhasana on the other side. So visualizing a cow, hands interlaced on top of the knee. Inhaling in Sitkari Kumbhaka, nice and deep. Slowly exhale through the nose. Bring the gaze to the tip of the nose. Hands, Prana Mudra on the respective toes. Once you're done completely exhaling out of the nose, suck the stomach in and up. Uddiyana Bandha. Anasyasana 1. Visualizing Goddess Anasya. Hold your breath here as best you can. Interlace the fingers behind the back, Purusha Mudra. Exhale through the nose. Bring the forehead down towards the mat as best you can. Mula Bandha engaged. Goddess Anasya as your visualization.
मूलद्वार पाछे काकसी राशे नासिका धरती लगावे दृष्टिनासा अग्रे.
Rising up, release the hands, left foot flat on the ground, right heel to the groin, engage Mula Bandha as you do so, hands in respective knees, spine straight, gaze at the tip of your nose, visualizing Lord Garuda and Garudasana 2.
गोड़ा अरूपीड़ी माहिली कानी लगावे हाथ गोड़ा ऊपरी राशे दृष्टिनासा अग्र आसन को गुण कही भांति धात जाति होई तब भय.
Good. Rising up onto the sitting bone, that back heel, right elbow outside that raised knee. Interlace the fingers behind the neck, elbows together, twisting your body, gazing up towards your third eye. Visualizing sage Narada. Twisting back around, sitting bones back down onto the ground. Right foot on top of the left thigh. Left hand over top, holding onto the big toes. Right hand reaches around, holding onto the shin. Good. Release your hands. Keep the right foot on top of your left thigh, though. Left foot is flat on the ground, so place your left hand on the ground behind you. Right hand to your ear. You're going to twist so that elbow can go outside that raised knee. And twist your upper body so you can gaze back and up towards your third eye. And then extend the right hand down towards the feet and left hand to the left ear. And then from Padmasana, extending the left hand back down. So both hands are reaching forward, elbows straight. Gazing up towards your third eye. Tindrasana 2. Nicely done. We can twist back around. Extend both your legs out straight. This time the left foot to the right thigh. Right foot flat on the ground so the knee is raised up. Right hand behind you. Left hand to the left ear. Elbow outside that raised knee. Twisting your body all the way around. Up towards your third eye. Visualizing Matsya, the fish avatar of Vishnu. Then extend the left hand down towards the feet. Right hand to the right ear. Then right hand back down. Both elbows are straight. Intensify that twist even more. Mula Bandha is engaged. Gaze is towards the third eye. Nicely done. Twisting your body back around. Keep the left foot on top of the thigh, and then bring the right foot over top on the left thigh into Padmasana if you can. You're going to lift up the tongue, pressing it against the back of your teeth. Sitali Kumaka. Nice deep inhalation. Slowly exhale out of your nose. Seal the perineal floor. Lock your chin down. Then suck your stomach in and up. Hold this kumbhaka here. Visualizing Padma Shiva. Gazing towards the tip of the nose. Padmasana 1. Then inhaling. Crossing your hands. Holding onto the opposite toes in Prana Mudra. Exhale slowly out of your nose. Engage Mula Bandha. Visualizing Lakshmi. Inhale again in Sitali Kumbhaka whenever you feel.
पूरयेदुदरं शनैः यथाशक्त्यैव पश्चात्तु रेचयेत् अविरोधतः इदं पद्मासनं प्रोक्तं सर्वव्याधिविनाशनं दुर्लभं येन केनापि धीमता लभ्यते परम्.
Good. Uncrossing your hands from Padmasana 2, we're going to bring them in between our legs if you can. If not, you can just place your hands outside of your legs. See if you can lean forward, lift up the entire body off the ground. Gaze up towards your third eye, visualizing a rooster in Kukutasana. Nicely done. Bring your hands back through, rise yourself up, still in Padmasana. Give yourself some space. We're going to point our fingers a little bit more towards our body. Spread the fingers out wide. Bring the elbows as close together as you can to the center of the body. Start to lean forward and find some leverage there. Leaning the whole body onto your elbows. Balangasana. Gazing towards your third eye, visualizing Swami. And then from here, we'll extend our feet back right away into Mairasana. If you can't hold this, that's fine. Play with it though. Bring both your feet down. Forehead down even if you need to. Wherever you're at, do your best. Even this itself can build a lot of strength and get you towards this asana. Okay, and then we'll release our body down onto our chest, toes pointed outwards, interlace the hands behind the head, forehead on the mat. Makarasana, visualize yourself as a crocodile. Then hands to the chest, beneath the shoulders, lifting the body, the lower body specifically off the ground. Visualizing yourself as a locust here. Shalabhasa. Good. Holding on to the tops of your feet. Pulling the heels down towards the mat. So pulling them down as deep as you can go. Ustrasana. Visualizing yourself as a camel. Good. Improving your grip. Then lifting your whole body up off the ground in Dhanurasana. Visualizing yourself as a bow. Good. Releasing your body down. Lifting yourself up onto your knees. Flatten out your toes. Hands on the knees. Mulabandha engaged. Visualize Swamiji as you gaze up towards your third eye. Nice deep inhalation through your nose. Catching your breath, exhaling.
पौन सरल यासो वहे संधिवाय मिट जाय ग्रंथि जु प्राण अपान की यासो तुरत नसाय.
Exhaling forward and down onto our elbows. Measure them so they're shoulder width apart, and then interlacing the fingers out in front of you. Bring the crown of your head up against the hands and tuck your toes. Again, if you're not on your moon cycle, we'll enter into our final inversions. Lifting the knees up, then walking your feet as close as you can towards your head. From there, lifting up one foot and then the other whenever you're ready. Keeping your knees bent in Gohyasana. See how low you can bring them. How close you can get your knees to your chin. Good, and then extending, restacking the hips on top of the shoulders, knees on top of the hips, ankles on top of the knees. Nice, tall, long Shirshasana. Bring your gaze to your third eye if you can. Visualizing Swamiji, and then we'll slowly lower our body down and then rock ourselves slowly into a comfortable seated position. Final part of this 108 asana sequence, Bhastrika Kumbhaka, short exhalations, short bursts through the nose. We're going to hold behind our calves, extend our feet up. Phodiyasana, get them as vertical as you can. Chest up. Mulabandha engaged. Good, release your legs, holding the opposite shoulders. Keep the feet up. Visualize yourself as a mace in Padmasana. Keep the feet up, elbows on the ground though. Naukasana, visualizing yourself as a boat. Mulabandha engaged. Rising yourself up, keep the feet off the ground. Scoop the hands beneath the heels, holding onto the feet. Hold them towards your chest. Spine is straight. Mulabandha engaged. Gaze at the tip of your nose, visualizing Lord Rudra. Rudrasana. Good. Planting your feet flat on the ground, lying on your back, digging your heels into the ground, lifting the hips up nice and high. Mukha Pita too. Keep the hips up high. Then release your body down onto the mat. Extend your feet out straight. Open up your palms. Take a nice deep inhalation through your nose. Nice long exhalation. I think we all know the name of this one. Before we completely melt down, let's awaken the Kundalini. Engage Mulabandha and imagine pulling up the Kundalini Shakti all the way to the Sahasrara Chakra and Shakti Chalan Mudra. And relax, release, and start to melt in that space of Advaita, oneness with the Master, visualizing Swamiji.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes.
Resting
and manifest the powers
state
of
of Paramashiva.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda.
Slowly start to wiggle our toes and our fingertips, and our wrists and our ankles, and our elbows and our knees. You can lift your legs up, your feet are flat on the ground. And bring your knees to your chest and interlace your fingers around them. Start to rock gently side to side. You can lift your head up and squeeze your body into a little ball. From here, you can either rock yourself up or lean over to one side and then gently lift your body up into a comfortable cross-legged seated position. And bring our hands together. Namaskara Mudra in front of the heart center. Let's take a deep inhalation, feeling immense gratitude for this ritual of yoga, the Pratama Vinyasa Krama. And then from the space of oneness Advaita with the Master, we'll close with the Puna Mantra. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyade. Om Shanti 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 Haridi Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavat Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Paduka Paramastu. Om Nithyanandam